I'm Kaylee, and this is my reading wrap-up for September for the 30 Books in 30 Days Readathon. I really enjoyed all of my reading in September. There was only one book that I DNF'd. I will admit that in the past years when I've done 30 books in 30 days in September, I have gotten a little bit burnt out in the past, but that didn't happen this year. I guess I was just enjoying so much of my reading, and a lot of it was just really fun. And so I didn't get that feeling like, I don't know, like you're burning out, or like there's just a lot of pressure on you, or like, oh no, I have to read all this extra stuff or anything. I don't know, this year it was just easy. I just kind of went breezing along, reading books that I was really enjoying. So I super enjoyed it, and I read 30 books. Please do leave a comment and let me know, how did your reading go in September? Did you participate in 30 books in 30 days? And if so, did you read 30 books? Did you read just for 30 minutes every day? And if you haven't already, please do subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed your reading in September. And follow me on Goodreads and Storygraph and all the places. I've already done update videos talking about my reading each week. I actually did live streams updating how my reading was going. So you can go over and watch those to see details on all the books that I read. But for today, I'm gonna talk about that final week and the final books that I read that last week of September. I finished reading Agatha Christie's 13 for Luck. This is a collection of short stories. And let's see, the last one that I read The Bird with the Broken Wing, and then I read The Unbreakable Alibi. So Bird with the Broken Wing, that is a Harley Quinn mystery, and The Unbreakable Alibi is a Tommy and Tuppence. I have to say, I really did not like The Unbreakable Alibi. I generally do not care for Tommy and Tuppence. They're just kind of annoying. I don't know, I just never can get into Tommy and Tuppence. And then the solution to the mystery was like so obvious and so just trite. So I did not enjoy that one at all. And The Bird with the Broken Wing was more just kind of tragic rather than particularly mysterious. So those were fine, but not Agatha Christie's best work. However, there were other short stories in this collection that I really enjoyed throughout September, so definitely still worth the read. I read Shermy and Shake, the Not So Nice Neighbor. So this is about a little boy who moves in next door, and he just doesn't have very good manners. He kind of grabs things, and he wants to be the one to win in the games, and he's just kind of self-centered. Now, he's not a bully, and he's not mean or anything like that. He just doesn't realize that he's being a problem. He's just kind of running around and having fun, and he just doesn't realize how his actions affect other people. So it was fun to see some character development there. The writing style was a little bit disjointed, like the pacing and the story just didn't quite flow. It seemed like there were missing pieces in there somewhere. So this one was cute, but not my favorite. I read one of the Book Buddies books. This is book 3 in the Book Buddies series, Dazzle Makes a Wish. I love the Book Buddies series. These are just such adorable chapter books. They're so cute. It's all about these little toys, and they're available at the library to be checked out. And so different children check out a different toy. And this time it was Dazzle's turn to be checked out of the library. And they have little adventures with other toys at the houses that they visit. There are really cute illustrations, and I love these Book Buddies books. They're just so adorable, so cute. And I finished up my reading for Shaketember. I read the manga classic of A Midsummer Night's Dream. This one is the modern English edition. I really enjoyed all of the Shakespeare that I read. It was wonderful to participate in the Shaketember readathon and just read tons of Shakespeare in September. That was so much fun. And I really enjoy reading Shakespeare in this manga format. It's just really delightful. I also read the graphic novel Fetch, Book 1, The Journey. So this is about a young lady who travels down to Hades searching for her dead dog, wanting to bring her dog back to life. So she goes on all these adventures, and she meets Cerberus and different Olympian heroes and gods. I thought this was really cute. It was a fun exploration of Greek mythology with kind of a funny little twist. It was very hilarious. But it does leave you on a cliffhanger, so then you've got to read the rest of the series. And I also read Following Prince Caspian by Thomas Williams. This is a tiny little book. It's only like 58 pages or something. But it analyzes the spiritual themes in Prince Caspian and then kind of gives us some inspiration for how we can apply those spiritual truths in our own lives. I think that this is sort of marketed as a way for Christians to share their spiritual beliefs with non-Christians, kind of using the Chronicles of Narnia as a way to connect with people and sort of explain what Christianity is all about. So I really like that. I feel like if you were a Christian and you had a friend who had read Chronicles of Narnia, this would be a great way to just kind of introduce this topic and just get to talking and connecting about spiritual things and just be able to share your belief in Jesus with your friends. I really enjoyed this. This is 5 stars, absolutely. I wish that they would make a longer book. Like, it's only this teeny little pamphlet, kind of. And I wish that they would make like a full-length book about this. So those are the books that I read for that last week. Really enjoyed that last week of reading. But in case you didn't catch all of my other videos and my live stream updates about the other things I was reading, I also read 4 books in the Roswell High series: The Vanished, The Rebel, The Dark One, and The Salvation. So I finished that series. And that was part of the series September readathon as well. Really enjoyed Roswell High and immediately started watching the Roswell TV show. Another part of a series was Lord Edgeware Dies, which is also titled 13 at Dinner by Agatha Christie. This is part of the Hercule Poirot series. I really liked that one. That one was an excellent Agatha Christie mystery. I also read several of the manga classics. I read Romeo and Juliet, and A Midsummer Night's Dream, and Othello, and Macbeth. And then I read just the plain Shakespearean play of Much Ado About Nothing. It's my favorite Shakespearean play. So I really enjoyed rereading that for like the 25th time. And also as part of Shaketember, I actually completed the World of Shakespeare puzzle. I had a lot of fun doing this puzzle, and it has all of these different little elements from Shakespeare's plays, different characters from his plays, and people from history, people that he knew, people that he worked with, and of course, Shakespeare himself and the Globe Theater. So that was a really fun play to put together and to find the different puzzle pieces for Romeo and Juliet, or for Hamlet, or for Titania and Oberon in Midsummer Night's Dream. It was a lot of fun just recognizing some of those characters or some of the famous scenes from Macbeth or something. So I had a lot of fun putting that puzzle together as part of Shaketember. The only DNF that I had was the Tain, the Great Irish Battle Epic by Alan Titley. My problem with that one was the language was just much too modern. It used a lot of modern slang, and it felt very out of place with the ancient setting. I mean, this setting is supposed to be like right around the time of the Roman Empire, right around the time of Christ. And so to have the characters saying things like "no way" and "what's up" and stuff, it just didn't fit. It sounded really weird. It got on my nerves, and I ended up DNFing it. I also read a cute little picture book called When Dad's Hair Took Off, where the dad's hair runs away and the dad is chasing after his hair, trying to catch it. It was really cute and funny. And as part of Series September, I read 2 books from the Nick and Tesla series, The Robot Army Rampage and The High Voltage Danger Lab. I loved these books so much that I wrote to the publisher begging them to send me the rest of the series. So Nick and Tesla are twins who are spending the summer with their mad scientist uncle, and so they're making all kinds of like robots and doing science experiments and solving mysteries. That series is really fun. The other series was Diary of an Accidental Witch. I read New Girl and Halloween Ball. So this is about a girl who is mistakenly enrolled in a magic school, but she doesn't have magic, or at least she doesn't think she does. So she's just doing her best to fit in at witch school as much as she can. until her dad can sort out the mistake and get her sent back to a regular school. But along the way, she discovers that she has more skills than she thought she did, and she begins to fit in pretty well at her witch school. I loved these stories. It was just really cute and just so fun and hilarious. I also read the graphic novel New Masters, The Eye of Arunmila. This is a kind of heist story about this motley crew of thieves and their daughter. She is very eager to be involved in their big heist that they have going on, but they basically tell her, you know, you just stay in the spaceship. I really loved this graphic novel. It was a lot of fun. It had a lot of deep meaning, really wonderful, interesting world building, just very imaginative, really interesting fun characters. The camaraderie between the crew and everything was really fun. That one was really good. That was definitely a highlight of this past month. I also read Moth in a Fancy Cardigan. This is about a little insect world where the moths are just very gray and boring, and the butterflies are sparkly and dramatic, and everybody notices butterflies. But one day a butterfly loses her big sparkly cardigan, and a moth, a gray plain moth, picks up that cardigan and tries to wear it. This one was really lovely. I just loved the positive messages in this one, and also the world building of the insect world. It was meaningful and like heartfelt and just lovely. I read the graphic novel Dreams Factory, where a girl's little brother is kidnapped and forced to work in the Dreams Factory, and so she's trying to break into the factory and find him. But then when she gets in, she discovers that there's more to the factory than she ever imagined. This has such cool artwork. The artwork is just so gorgeous. But the story is really chaotic. Most of it doesn't make sense. Nothing in the plot is ever explained. And so the story structure just completely dissolves. It just falls apart. So this one was really disappointing because it seems like a really interesting premise. And the story started out pretty well, and then it just didn't make any sense. You couldn't follow anything that was happening. So that one was definitely a disappointment. And then I read Gentleman Thief Arsene Lupin. I fell in love with Lupin. Oh my goodness. These are kind of the answer to the Sherlock Holmes stories, but it's from the other side. He's a thief. It was really wonderful to see these classic stories being brought to life with new illustrations and this beautiful edition. Every story is just so clever and just really interesting. I was just on the edge of my seat. Whatever you think that Lupin is gonna do, he's gonna do something else, you know? There were so many red herrings and plot twists and everything. It was just so clever. And those are all the books that I read in September. Again, please do leave a comment and let me know what were some of your favorite books that you read in September. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and remember, the right book in the right hands at the right time can change the world.